أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. It's a great honor to be amongst all the wise, wisdom, compassion, and people who have empathy. I feel very special to be amongst you because I think that today's word is a word that we must be together and we must be united. Alone, we could not accomplish anything, no matter where we are living. So we must all together, hold hand together, and be united, and for one cause, and that cause that we are all human. We all human. Thank you. I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in Afghanistan and why I feel that's a mission for me to work in Afghanistan. Not only I feel it's my responsibility, I feel that is a mission for me. In a country that women has been denied their right for years and years and years. In a country that women are not allowed to get out of the house. In a country that women are not allowed to get education. In a country that a little girl be sold by a bag of rice because she must marry somebody 3 times, 4 times of her age because she has to feed, the mother has to feed the family. In a country that every day you hear a voice of women being beaten up and could not even scream when they are beating her. In a country that woman is worthless. So in that kind of situation, how we call justice? What is justice? In order to bring justice, we must hear all the voices, not some of the voices. Thank you. In order to hear all the voices, we must speak for those voices. And who can speak for those voices? All of them are not lucky to come in here in this podium. They are not lucky to get out of their house. How about to come across the world and come share with you? So I am here to represent the women and children of Afghanistan to you, to tell you that there is a big issue. Yes, we accomplished through education. AOL is educating women and children in Afghanistan. One of the reasons that we are educating them because there is ignorance. You know that when there is no education, there is ignorance. And I believe personally, and I am sure every one of you believe, that education is the only issue that can transform people, transform mind, and bring change. And that's we are doing that over there, trying to educate women and children, especially girls. We are trying to give them opportunity to have a sustainable life. We empower women, we create jobs for them, and we also give them a life skill. Side by side, if we educate them, also we create a skill for them that they can earn the money, that wouldn't be excuse that they have to sit home. So they can earn money like everybody else, like men, their brother, their father, their husband. That is AOL is doing. So I want to just tell you a little story about what's happened and why we are doing. Right now, AOL is open a law clinic. And that law clinic, because we want to justice be served for the women who are not able to get assistance, who are not to be able to hear. So this clinic law, we have 4 women working for us. They are defending women on their right, on their issue of property, on their issue of marriage, on their issue of their children. So the women will fight for them and to bring justice. One day I was sitting in the office, and a woman came and looking for me and asking for my name. And she was crying very hard. And so they brought her to my office, and I talked to her. And she said to me that the only hopes that I have is that you can do something to help us. They took her child, who was 8 years old, and to sell to a 40 years old man. 40 years old man. Can you imagine a child who is still a child? She needs to be grown up. She needs to go to school. She needs to play on the playground. And today they want to give her to a 40 years old man. And what kind of man? A man who is very powerful, who is the Lord, who owns half of the land in the city, and nobody can stop that man because that man is so powerful. He owns people, he owns guns, and nobody could stand for him. When I found out that, I went to the government, I went to offices after offices, tried to see what I could do for this woman. Everybody was afraid. Everybody was telling me that we are not going to really do this because he is going to come back after us. Why I am telling you this? As a woman leader, it is our job to stand up for the right of the people who we are serving. That is I decided. That's I decided. Thank you. When you come to the position like that, you have no choice except go forward, no matter if they are going to kill you, if they are going to put you in jail, whatever has happened, you go. So I decided I'm going to face this man. I'm going to talk to this man. I asked for him first and second, he didn't come. Finally, I invited him in my office. I said, please come. I just want to sit and talk to you. And so he came with 10, 15 people with gun in their shoulder, 2-3 cars with all kinds of protective, you can imagine. This guy came, and so when he came and sat, and we sat together, and I said, I would like to ask you, this issue has become a big issue, and this woman needs her daughter. Yes, you give them a bag of rice. I give you 10 bags of rice, if that is sufficient for you. You have everything you have. What do you need just to have this girl? He said to me, she is by law, by religion, by Islamic law, she is my wife. I said, listen, there was Islamic law in the time that it was planned. Now is different time either. And also this child needs to go play on the playground. How do you feel if you are children, you have 40, 50 children? How do you feel if one of your children be captured from the playground and being put in somebody's house as a slave? She's going to be a slave. She cannot do anything there. So do you know that I really talked to him several times, not one meeting, several meetings it took place. Finally, this man asked me, why, what is the matter to you? I said, she's a child, she's in my heart. I work in this country for 27 years. I educated children after children. Thousands of children now are playing in the playground while they were under the tent hiding from a bomb. So this is the reason. I feel this child needs to go and play. This child needs to go to school. This child needs to be like other children. So the man finally signed a piece of paper to me, and I took that child and gave it to her mother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.